Good evening, humans. Tyrannosaurusmoth here, and tonight we're taking a look at the SDCC 2023 Steven Spielberg and Dilophosaurus figures from Mattel. When it comes to SDCC exclusives, Mattel tends to not spare any expense. So the question is this any different? Well, let's talk about that. Let's do this. Action. Kicking things off with a quick look at the packaging. Again, on my channel, I generally don't do that, but for exclusives, especially Mattel exclusives, it's definitely a thing. And, right off the bat, I just want to say I love that this whole thing is modeled after a production slate, and to the point where even the back of the box has the writing on it. So you can see roll 1, scene 15F, take 6, got the date 9/9/92. Assuming at least some of that is accurate to when the scene was shot. And yeah, that's just really cool. I love that they did that. That's just such a nice addition. Not only that, but the fact that it actually works as a production clapper or production slate is amazing. So hats off to them for that. Beyond that, we get this nice open window looking at the figures there. So we got Steven Spielberg with the camera and the chair, and the only thing I don't really care for with this is I kind of wish the frill for the Dilophosaurus was behind this, just to kind of clean that up a bit, but I get why they would do that, so that is a thing. But beyond that, Steven Spielberg, we get the 30th anniversary logo here, slight description with the Hammond collection logo, and then sides are just a plain black. We get the Hammond collection logo there, and yeah, that's just about it. So that is the packaging. Aesthetically speaking, this is a great looking set, and we're going to start off with Mr. Spielberg himself, since he is the star of the show here, and yeah, pretty good likeness. I mean, he's wearing a hat and sunglasses, so obviously there's some leeway there, but I think they did a good job, especially at this scale, wearing the hat that he is wearing in all of those behind the scenes pictures and video. Not only that, but we do get the Stanley DeSantis T-Rex pop art shirt, and fantastically done. I mean, obviously it's Tampo here in the front, but good detail all around. And you can get repros of this shirt right now, I believe. If I can find a good one, I'll leave it in the description below. But yeah, just really well done. The arms look a little weird, especially compared to other figures in the line. I don't know what it is about that. Like, obviously the sleeves are a little long for a t-shirt, but other than that, I mean, it still looks good, kind of posed up. And yeah, we come down to the pants, and we got a really nice white dry brush over the jeans, kind of giving them some nice depth and some just more of a real feel, especially because we don't really get any details or any paint details in the shoes. Shoes are just kind of plain white, but a great sculpt overall. See the laces there. You can see nothing on the bottom of the shoes, but the numbers there, and where it was made. But beyond that, some pretty good details, especially for such a simple outfit, and yeah, just a cool looking Steven Spielberg figure, or something I never thought I would ever see. So, so we got that, and then the Dilophosaurus, and we've seen this before because the Dilophosaurus is in the Hammond collection. I missed out on the Dilophosaurus, which is actually another reason that this was kind of an instant pre-order for me, and I'm so glad I got it, because I saw it in the wild once, missed out, and then it was just impossible to find. So this is really cool to see. And I believe the paint's a little different here. I think the original release for a Hammond collection was a little bit lighter green. I might be wrong. But it looks great. I really like the details here. Kind of harkens back to that original Kenner figure as well. That makes me extra happy. So yeah, I just always love this coloring for the Dilophosaurus. Good details here with the kind of, the non-engaged frill, and yeah, just some good details all around, just kind of what we expect from Hammond collection in general. Some really nice accessories here, and this is really kind of what adds to the magic of this set. And we're actually going to start off with the Dilophosaurus here. And first of all, we get the base and the kind of animatronic base, pardon me, for that Dilophosaurus. So really well done here. You got a nice curved base the figure fits very comfortably into. Then we get, kind of the armature mixed with the wires and the tubes and everything else that would be present there. It definitely looks like they kind of did their homework for this. And yeah, just some really nice kind of mechanical elements going on there in the base. No paint, unfortunately. Don't know if I would have expected that for this, just the line in general. But, very, very nice looking overall. Just definitely works. I mean, it should be innocuous anyway, because it is the armature for the animatronic, not kind of a showpiece in and of itself, but still some really good details. Then we get the two pieces of the frill for the Dilophosaurus. So we get the retracted version with this nice kind of ombre going into the red, the kind of cream color into the red. Some nice sculpt all around. And then of course we get the extended frill with just those gorgeous reds, yellows, and greens, the black dots, just really nice looking. Great sculpt overall. I like they kind of gave a gloss to this. Gives just a really nice kind of, it pops. And that's fantastic. Obviously, this just pops right over the neck. As you can see, there's kind of a cut right there. And this just kind of squeezes on. There's no pegs or anything like that. Just kind of goes right on the neck itself. Then we get the two accessories with Steven Spielberg himself. First off, we get his director's chair, done very nicely. Just kind of a wood-colored plastic with some black paint. Then we get Steven Spielberg as a tampograph here on the back. Some nice texturing going on the back of the seat as well. And then we get the Jurassic Park logo back here. So very nicely done. You can see just nice wood grain going on here in the wood, in the kind of base of the chair. And here we've got the attachments here. It would have been nice if those were silver or something, but is what it is. And metallic paint definitely costs a little more, so I can kind of see where that might have been cut out, but still a nice looking piece. And then finally, we get the piece de resistance, so to speak, for these accessories, and that is the camera itself. Very nicely detailed all around here. Just gorgeous sculpt, honestly. Really love everything about it. Just nice details all around. Again, looks like they did their homework, really studied the cameras that were being used, and spared no expense, as it were. So just really great. One of my favorite pieces is here at the actual lens, where they used, it's kind of a glossy black surrounded by that kind of textured black, and kind of makes it look like an actual lens. It's just really cool all around. Not much for paint, just a little bit of this kind of like off-white for both the part of the reel and just the size of the camera, but very nice overall. So that's accessories. Articulation here is very much what we've come to expect from the Hammond collection, which is to say it's very fun and nice. And as you can see, Mr. Spielberg here can hold a freestanding kick, which is fantastic. I love that, especially considering how the feet are articulated, and we'll get to that. And yeah, so let's get into it. We're gonna actually start with Spielberg because I've reviewed a lot of dinosaurs, but I've never reviewed one of the Hammond collection humans, which is kind of surprising because I really do enjoy the human figures in this line. And yeah, so we are on a barbell joint for the head, and we're not gonna get any up. We're only gonna get the slightest bit of down, kind of kicks back up. And we do get a little bit of tilt, then a lot of rotation. And I mean, a lot of these, it depends on pretty much how much room there is under that head sculpt. And yeah, so not a ton of movement there, but it definitely does move. Then we come to the hinge and swivel at the shoulders, and we can get a complete Y pose, just excellent range in that regard. Obviously, we come all the way around. Then we come to the elbows. We are single jointed, so we're coming to about 90 degrees. We do get rotation there as well. Both of our wrists are hinge and swivel, both horizontal. We get nothing in the diaphragm, but we do have, it's not even a ball joint. You can actually kind of see it under the shirt. It's basically a swivel. So we get rotation, but pretty much nothing else. Then we get to the legs, hinge and swivel as well. We are getting perfect splits, absolutely insane. No reason Steven Spielberg needs to be doing full-on splits, but I absolutely welcome that. And then we get a beautiful front kick as well. And then we get double jointed knees. Always welcome, because that gives us complete range, so we can fold completely in half. And then we get down to the feet, which have rotation. They are hinged though, so we're going to be hindered by the jeans a little bit, unfortunately. So we're going to get a little bit of point, a little bit of forward, actually pretty good forward, honestly, now that I'm doing that, but no rocker. And that's probably the one sad thing about this. So that's Steven. And then we come to Dilophosaurus. Dilophosaurus is very much what we've seen with a lot of the theropod style dinosaurs. So we have a hinged jaw, opens about that much. We have a joint here, hinge and swivel at the base of the head. So we're coming up about that far, down about that far. We have a hinge and swivel also at the base of the neck. So we can come all the way down there, all the way up here. Beautiful range, rotation as well, both of those joints actually. Then we get hinge and swivels at the elbows, and we're coming up about that far, coming down in about that far. Very nice reach, honestly. Rotation, of course. Elbows single jointed, so we're coming to about there. Kind of push that a little bit, get some rotation, nothing in the wrists, and come to the legs, and not too much on the splits coming out. Actually, that's about what we've gotten with the Raptors, so that's very nice. Get rotation there as well. Come to the knees. We are single jointed, but pretty good range. Can pretty much fully extend out. We can fold there, so pretty nicely in half, honestly. Feet, beautiful, beautiful point. And we can come forward a little bit too, so we definitely get some good poses there. And we get some rotation as well, which allows for some very, very nice rocker. So finally, we come to the tail, ball joint here, so we can come all the way around, and we are wired, so we can get anywhere we want with that tail, and that is just excellent. So yeah, that'll do it for articulation. Getting into size comparisons, here they are with the other Hammond Collection humans, with some other Hammond Collection dinosaurs, with some other 1/18 scale lines, with some Hasbro and some Mattel, with some imports, with some monsters, finally with articulated icons Oni, and yours truly in human form as a Valorous Action Force figure. So my final thoughts on the Hammond Collection SDCC exclusive Steven Spielberg and Dilophosaurus set is that this is a great set, honestly. You know, whoever thought we were getting a Steven Spielberg figure, I mean, yeah, that's just crazy. And you know, it was also a great chance to get a second chance to get the Dilophosaurus, because that's apparently very hard to find, or at least I found it to be so. So definitely, like, nothing to pass up, certainly if the price was like $30. So just absolutely incredible. Unfortunately, it is unavailable right now. This sold out, which I kind of thought it would, which is why I personally prioritized this during SDCC. This was kind of one of those, all right, I think it was borderline when it was announced, but you know, I'm definitely happy I got it, and it's just like, it's such a great piece. The fact that the packaging is functional is just insane. So, you know, if you happened to not be able to pick this up during SDCC, or like at SDCC, or on Mattel Creations while that was going on, I wish you the best of luck on the secondary market. I've not looked at prices. I do not know how bad they are, but I know that in general, Hammond Collection, if you miss anything, like I missed the Dilophosaurus the first time, prices go crazy. I mean, they're articulated dinosaurs, so it's just, I guess, kind of understandable, especially because they haven't reissued any, as far as I understand, except the T-Rex, and I have a video about that coming up. So, you know, if that interests you, please subscribe. And yeah, just overall, just a great set, and you know, it certainly feels like a once-in-a-lifetime sort of thing. Probably not, but I mean, just it's really cool, and I cannot recommend it enough. So that being said, again, I wish you the best of luck on the secondary market. If you happen to not catch up with this, if you happen to be a mint on card collector, I hope that I gave you an insight into kind of what this looks like outside the package, if you are interested. And beyond that, if you just wanted your curiosity sated about a Steven Spielberg figure, then I hope that that was sated as well. So I thank you for joining me, and you know, that being said, I hope you found this review informative and entertaining in any form that may have taken. And if you did, you know, I hope to see you back again, because I do multiple reviews a week of action figures related to tokusatsu, dinosaurs, monsters, pro wrestling, and more. So come on back, let's talk some more toys. Let's just have some more fun, escape the world for a while. And yeah, I hope to see you back. So ultimately, I hope that you're well. I hope that all of your toy dreams come true, even if it's something like crazy like this. And most importantly, I hope that you and yours stay weird, simians.